From a meeting at the office to a big first date, there's a lot of pressure to wear the right clothes for every event. But clothes don't make the man. So why stuff your closet with things that only work for some situations? With Mack Weldon, you can build a wardrobe that looks polished in any setting. Their clothing is understated and tells the world that you stay you wherever you go. They craft each piece by combining timeless style and modern performance materials, so you can stay looking good and feeling comfortable from morning to evening. No wardrobe changes required. Browse everything from summer-ready tech linen shorts and anti-odor polos to tailored sweats and crews for a night in. They can outfit you for anything, no matter what's on your agenda for the day. Go to MackWeldon.com and get 25% off your first order of $125 or more with promo code MACK25. That's MackWeldon.com. Promo code MACK25.
We all know that owning a small business means you wear many hats, but sometimes you really need an extra pair of hands. Upwork is how good companies find great and trusted freelance talent. With more than 2 decades of experience, with the simple and ambitious goal of pioneering a better way of working, companies at every stage turn to Upwork to get things done and find more flexibility in staffing key projects and initiatives. They access a global marketplace filled with top talent in IT, web dev, marketing, and more. Posting a job on Upwork is easy. With no cost to join, you can register, browse freelancer profiles, and get help drafting a job post or even book a consultation. From there, you connect with freelancers that get you and can easily hire them and take your business to the next level. Visit Upwork.com right now and post your job for free. That's Upwork.com to post your job for free and connect with top talent ready to help your business grow. That's UPWORK.com. Upwork.com.
Stop right there. Yeah, you. If you like all things entertainment, current events, or Hollywood, then look no further. Creator to Creators, hosted by director Meosha of Horror Noir, interviews filmmakers and creatives from around the world. Join in on the fun, guest celebrities, and informative information to have as a creator. Hit subscribe and stay connected to Creator to Creators.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Creators to Creators today. Today we have a very special guest.
Alejandro Lema.
Welcome.
Thank-
Yeah, of course. Thank you for coming on. I'm so excited to talk to you. I love the song. And but before I get into the song, I like to go back to the beginning. I always say our childhood kind of charts like kind of almost our trajectory, the little things that our little habits we pick up along the way, they kind of follow us as we're into, as we get older. So tell me a little bit about your childhood. What was that like? And then kind of how did you find your way into music?
Okay, perfect. So I'm born and raised in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
All
I
right.
now live in Los Angeles, but Tulsa, I mean, as a place, it was a good place to grow up in, I feel. And I was very, I began very introverted, and then became more extroverted. And I actually have a funny memory of when I was about like 6 or 7 years old, where I would I would get all dressed up in like a suit and everything, and I'd have like a karaoke machine.
I love
And
it.
I'd have my dad hold the microphone for me, and I would like play like concerts
Oh,
for
that is
so
amazing. So it's like literally it was in your blood when you're a child.
yeah, from pretty early. It wasn't like my first passion with everything, but it became that.
Yeah. That's
So.
cool. Were your parents, I'm curious, were your parents supportive of the journey into the music world?
Yeah, I would say so. They kind of didn't know
Ah,
for a bit. In terms of like me as like an actual artist.
yeah.
I would sing all the time, and like I played guitar when I was younger.
Nice.
Um, but actually becoming my own artist, they kind of had no idea about. And
You like ta-da? I am the artist. No, I literally same thing for me when I was a kid. I was well, I'm gonna be a filmmaker and I'm gonna go and do this. And they're like, oh, okay, and sure, But then I did it, and it's like, oh, okay, So that's so cool that you knew at a young age what you wanted to do. Um, what like was there something that inspired you as a child? Like, was it a song that was like that aha moment of like, yes, I want to do this kind of thing?
The thing is, and it sounds a little contradicting now, but I just wanted to be something,
Mm,
like whether it was an actor, which that wasn't the route I went, or like music, whatever it was. I
hmm.
wanted to like be that star.
I
Um,
see.
and music was just my calling. In terms of like a specific artist, I would say The Weeknd probably.
Ah,
Um,
yes.
early The Weeknd, which I feel like you can hear a lot in my music that I'm making. Um, how big of an inspiration he has been to me. Um, specific songs, all of his early music, like 2012 to 2015, like Trilogy, Kiss, all that kind of I don't know. It just something about the voice just like did something, and like I
Yeah.
really felt it, and then I was like, okay, I'm doing that. And so then I would begin teaching myself how to sing because I used to do like the little karaoke things for my family, but I could hold a note, but like so over time I just taught myself how to sing.
I love that. That's great. I think that's awesome. Like that you taught yourself and where did you go to school at all? Did you take like any courses? Or was it like just self-taught?
For like singing,
Yeah.
I eventually took like voice lessons at some point, but for a very brief time, short time.
Yeah.
Um, but I was always in like I did like I had guitar lessons from like when I was like 8, and I'd play in like venues and shows from when I was like 9, 10 years old up until like 16, 17, just like playing guitar. Um, but never really like singing like as my voice because I don't know, wasn't too confident or keen in myself with my vocal ability. But as time goes on, the more I love my voice.
Love that. I love that. What made you say, take that leap of faith to move to California? I mean, I can't imagine like, growing up it's completely different than
Yeah.
California. California is more open, everyone's there, you could do anything really. It's like, yeah.
Well, I mean, growing up as a musician, it's kind of like Los Angeles, New York, like there's places to be, right?
Hmm.
The initial reason was honestly like new scenery. Like I wanted to just get out of Oklahoma. I did not want to be there anymore. I was 19 years old, got on a plane and came to Los Angeles.
Wow. Did you have a plan or did you
I
just
was
kind
just
of did it?
I was just gonna keep releasing music. I make everything in my bedroom. Um,
Wow, that's incredible.
produce, write, sing, everything, mix, master. So I
Wow.
could do what I like. I could create anywhere. I just wanted to be in Los Angeles. It wasn't
Oh,
really too,
that's amazing. That a lot of people, I mean, that just shows me like you have no fear, like you're just stepping out on that leap of faith and gonna go for it. I think that's what all great stories kind of start with. Like they're like, I just did it, you know. So cool. That's so cool. And you're so young. It's like, where do you think you get um that bravery, that kind of, where does that
I
come
think
from?
I think weirdly a little bit of it could be out of fear,
Mm,
like things, just in general. Um,
yeah.
it's just like okay, rip the band-aid off, just do something and see
That's
if
so
it
cool.
comes out for you or
Wow.
not.
That's cool. So you get to California. What's the first thing do you like? I mean, I'm sure it's like such a big city and you're thinking like, okay, I mean, you have friend. I don't know. Do you know anyone prior to going
Yeah.
there?
I
Oh,
moved out here
perfect.
initially with friends, and I
Oh,
knew some
perfect.
here already. Yeah, yeah. It wasn't like I went straight out here with like I didn't know a single.
Okay. I was gonna say, wow, that's incredible.
The transition was a little bit easier.
Yeah. That's good. That's always good. That's definitely good to have people that you know. Um, So I mean, from like your experience coming to California, was it everything that you expected and more?
Um, I think leading up to it, I kind of dropped expectations so that
Mm,
they wouldn't like what's the right wording? Like I wouldn't be disappointed or like
yeah.
to like yeah, you get what I'm trying to say. Like just like drop all expectations, just new scenery.
Yeah.
Um, keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. So let's talk about your single. Now, okay. What was the inspiration? I mean I love it. I love it. Seduce You. Where like where did like where did the lyrics come from? Where were you at when you're like, yes, this is the song. I want to put it out. This is what I'm feeling, like all the things.
Yeah. So I was right here exactly where I'm sitting. Um,
Perfect.
and I just wanted to make something with like the pitch vocals that are in the chorus. I was
Yeah.
listening to there was an artist named Lolo Zawai. I hope I pronounced that right. That a lot of times in her music, she like utilizes like pitch vocals for like the chorus, and then the verses are her. And I was just listening to her a lot and wanted to try something, and it all just came off like the dome. Like I just kind of freestyled the majority of the whole song and just kind
Nice.
of flowed. Um, yeah, the process was really fun. But I got to a point where I was just making like, okay, everything has to be perfect, blah blah blah, like trying to perfect everything, and I just had fun with this one. Um,
Yeah, you can tell, and it sounds like you had a great time. Like, and I think you know that's what you wanted. That's what that was the intention. Um, is because I think the world is so right now that we're living in is so there's so much going on. Like, and I think a lot of people need something to get away from all of that noise, and
yeah,
then to lift their spirit or to just to feel something besides that heaviness of the world.
I agree. I agree. Even with
So
the sexual like matter of the song, I just want people to hear it and just feel better, I guess, or just
yeah.
like feel something, just have an impact. Um,
Yeah. Have you like have I'm curious, did your parents or anybody in your family hear it and they were like, "Oh my God, what
they're very
the?"
supportive. They're very supportive. They love my
Love
music.
it. I love it.
I'm
You're
very,
like,
very,
mom.
she actually helped me tone down some of the initial lyrics.
Oh,
This,
really?
yeah,
Oh,
I'm very grateful for my family.
I love that. I love that support. I mean, I think that's always, great to have. Um, so you have the explicit version?
Well, I most likely won't come out because it was only like a line or two.
Okay. I'm curious. Nowadays, people like the explicit version better than the clean. It's like, oh, we want the like raw.
I feel like with this song too, you'd be surprised that it is clean.
Yeah, right, right, exactly. Now, have you performed this song at all? Oh, are you looking for, are you gonna perform this year? Are you heading to do any shows or?
I have no idea. I'll
Oh,
just
that's
kind of say how everything
exciting.
plans out. Yeah. I'm just
Oh,
having fun. Like I'm just making music. That's all it is.
I love
Um,
this.
so whatever comes for me. I'm a big,
Yeah,
my time will come for whatever. And yeah, just having fun along the way. But nothing really planned.
I
Um,
love that. That's cool. Are you a big, like, do you write down your goals or you just kind of have them and then you just execute?
I'll speak them into existence, but I
Ah,
don't write them down. But yeah, I like to
yeah.
manifest quite a
Yes,
bit.
me too. I'm a big manifester. I feel like we all are, like, we have that power to create anything we want, like whatever world we want. But I think it's just disconnecting from societal kind of pressures and the outside noise telling you what to do. How do you do you think you found your, and you said you're having fun, but do you feel like you found like your your voice as far as like in music, or are you still
Um,
trying to perfect it?
I think compared to how I was like a couple years ago when I first started, like at least first started to like a broader audience. I've been making music since I was like 13.
Wow.
But I think I'm definitely closer now. Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know if
Nice.
I'll ever like I don't want to put the pressure on like finding my sound or like finding my
Mm,
voice. But
mm.
I'm definitely close.
Yeah.
Um and I'm loving what I'm making and creating.
I love that. I love that. I love that. I have a fun question. And you know, if you could be managed by any artist, living or dead, who would
Ooh,
it be and why?
probably the weekend because I don't this like I just don't know what how my career would have gone or like what I if I would even be making music. So
Mm, yeah. No, and he has a impeccable, resume.
Mhm.
It's insane. Like he's and he has a brother actually. I just discovered that he has a brother. His brother is Maxwell, who's a R&B singer. I was like, "Oh my God, I had no idea that was his brother."
I yeah.
Insane. But yeah, the things I find out about like this, I think it's like the business is so tiny, like everybody's just, everybody knows each other. Um,
Yeah.
what keeps you motivated as an artist? What keeps you like, I mean, I'm sure sometimes you have like, I mean, I think as any creative, we have those moments of like, you're not really inspired. There's nothing coming from anywhere.
Yeah.
What keeps you going in those moments?
Um weirdly like so if you look at my discography,
Mhm.
you'll see I released a bunch for a long time and then kind of slowly stopped releasing as much.
Mm,
Um, so like 2021, I was very consistent with just like putting music out, having fun.
yeah.
And then 2022, which is the year I moved here, and 2023, I kind of like, I don't know, I was putting so much pressure on like being perfect with everything.
Mm.
So what kind of motivates me now is to not put that pressure on myself. I don't know if that makes much sense, but yeah, just going back to like the roots of like when I was younger, just having fun. I'm just sitting down making something
I
and just
love
have
that. I
um,
love that. Do you feel like, like you look at some artists, like even, I mean, now I feel like there is a pressure to, I look at certain artists like, Lady Gaga or Beyonce, like the fans, they put so much pressure on these artists to, I don't know, like to just, oh, well, you made this album. Well, I need you to do way better for the next one. It's like, you know, it's really hard to make, I
yeah.
guess, hits or whatever. I mean, you're not always gonna get it right, I think, but I feel like, um, do you feel like fans or maybe I don't know if it's fans or is it social media? They kind of put that pressure on artistry to kind of look perfect or be perfect, or do you feel that energy while you're in California, like at the music capital, right? The world.
Slightly, yeah.
Yeah.
Slightly. I would say, um, especially like once you get to a certain stage and you have accomplished so much, then I mean you've seen lots of stories of artists that they just kind of break down from it all and the pressure overtakes them or overcomes them. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's very real. That
It's
I
very
don't feel like
interesting.
non-creative people, I don't think, realize that aspect of um, that the pressure can make or break you.
Yeah. Yeah, it can. Yeah, that's now I'm also curious too, like as an artist, do you feel like it's better? Do you because I was talking to someone recently about this, like, the term of making it, right? Making it or getting to a certain level and what all that means. What does making it mean to you? Yeah, what does making it mean to you?
Um, I have goals, obviously, that I want to reach and achieve because I'm a big dreamer. As I said, I manifest quite
Yeah.
a bit. I'm very content with just having a big impact on people, on like the industry, like whatever it is. Like I just want to make an impact. I want to put myself out there, want to be seen. Um,
Mm,
that will be a big like make it moment, because I'm very grateful for all the support and love and all the fans
Yeah.
my way. But I think just that really as just like a base, and then all my other goals are kind of just like bonuses, you know?
Very cool. If you if say for instance, if you didn't pursue music, what do you think career you would get into?
Ooh. Well, it's going kind of against the whole creative thing because I played soccer for like 15 years.
Really? Wow, that's cool. Do you miss
So
it?
yeah, now I'm missing, but I'm glad I chose music. I feel like that was the right my calling, I guess, like the right choice.
I love that. I love that. Do you now with the going back to your song to your song, a lot of like now music people I'm sure kind of um as far as like, music obviously is expression, and it's whatever you want it to, whatever you feel like in that moment you want to express. um do you feel like men and women, as far as like music wise, a lot of women are very sexualized in the music world,
Yeah.
and I like that you went this route, because a lot of men I don't think are openly expressive about, I think it's all, they're always sexualizing women in the music world. I noticed it's not usually, like seduce. Yeah, the fact that you went this route and was like, look, I'm putting it all out there, we're having fun, which I love, because it kind of goes against what the narrative of like the main, like what I usually see, women are like always just like half naked on
Yeah.
music videos to sell it. So was that intentional for you to kind of on
Not at
just
all.
wanted to?
I have to say, I'll keep saying it too. I'm just having
Wow,
fun. Like
that's amazing.
I'm really trying to hold on to just have fun, you know? So I'm
Wow.
not having fun, then like I guess kind of what's not necessarily what's the point, but just kind of like, I don't know,
See
fall
where
in
it
love with
takes you, kind of thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's
But
cool.
you're very right.
That's
I didn't mean to.
no, I mean, this, I just, I literally thought, I was like, wow, that's literally a thought. I thought, like, man, that I don't really see a lot of men
Yeah.
expressing that in the like musically wise. It's usually, if it's a man, it's he's exploiting a woman, or you know what I mean, it's someone else. It's like not really being comfortable, like on like talking about sexually. It's either the woman being like sexualized. So I just think that's interesting, and that's different, I think, also in like a refreshing different way. So hey, you did something that you didn't realize you did.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I mean that's the thing too. Music can be perceived and like taken in any like ways. It's all up to like the listener.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did not have fun.
I
It was
love it, that I
fun.
love that. I have another question I like to ask, and there's no wrong no wrong answer, but the three levels of influence: money, power, and respect. And if you could choose only one of those things, which one would you choose and why?
Money, power, or respect?
Mm-hmm.
Say money, honestly.
I listen, you have no idea how I just love your honesty right now, because a lot of people like to say respect, and I don't think that's a genuine like answer, because deep down, if we could actually choose,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's
Well, I
like,
mean, I respect myself. It's like if you don't respect me, it's like okay.
I love that. I love that.
The it took me a while to kind of get towards that mindset, but I feel like at this point in my life, I'm 22 years old, like I'm trying to really lock that down. Um,
Good.
money,
Good.
I need to like vibe, you know.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and,
And
I think the misconception is that money is evil or bad thing.
you need money.
Right.
But not necessarily like it makes you happy, but like like to provide and like to like have a roof over your head, like that costs money. I think
Right.
to be very honest about that, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Ah, thank you for yeah, I love, you just immediately knew. A question also, introspection for yourself? Like, do you have a therapist? How do you, so you said you want to, you're doing that for yourself, that work. What kind of work do you do? What does that look like for yourself? Like,
Um, I mean, I've had a therapist, um, but and with really that, I think it's just, oh, I don't know, actually. I don't know if I could give you an answer really. It just kind of snapped one day.
yeah.
Um, but I mean, therapy's great, but therapy, I wouldn't say necessarily. Subconsciously, it actually probably has helped me like have like the core values in myself.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't really know.
I like that you do. I like that comfortability in yourself, like, because a lot of people, I mean, I've met, really don't have that. They're not, I guess, sure of themselves. So it's really refreshing to see, someone of your age
Yeah.
that has that kind of outlook and, you know, comfortable with themselves. So that's really awesome. Like, you're way ahead of the game.
I I still have like insecurities and like confidence issues and things, but I mean kind of the whole like fake it till you make it thing also
Hey.
a lot, you know? And then as I said, as time goes on, I'm becoming more sure of myself, loving me as a person and just having
I love that. Do you meditate?
yeah. No, I
Nice.
should more, but like I do.
Nice, nice. I mean, it's funny. When I remember I moved to California, I discovered that when I moved to California, because I'm from Florida originally. So when I moved to California, and I was like, wow, what is meditation? This is different. I mean, everyone is meditating, yogis everywhere. I was like, wow, this is the thing here. I love it. It's so cool.
I used to be like, yeah, this doesn't do anything, it doesn't like benefit. But my parents did it when I was a lot younger. They've always been into that and very big into like just everything we've kind of been talking about. So I think just growing up with that has also helped me a lot too. Um,
Yeah, that's cool. So as far as like writing, and not just like what's your, like, so for instance, like, when you want to come up with a song, sometimes like you got a piece of paper, like what's some things that help you kind of draw inspiration to come up with any, like, a song or anything?
um, well, I always start out with just I make the beat first.
Oh,
I
okay.
like come up with that kind of structure. Lyrics are honestly last for me.
Ah,
Um, like I come up with like the melodies and like how I want the song to feel because I say I want you to hear the emotion, like the vulnerability, um, the rawness, the gentleness as well, like all of that into it.
hmm.
And I always come up with the lyrics last and they
Interesting.
typically they come for me. I don't like necessarily sit down and write something. I will like I'll come up with the section, like let's say I'll start with the chorus and then the verses I'll be like, okay,
Yeah.
let's like cohesive. And
Nice.
um but yeah, I'm very much like in the moment kind of thing. I have like a routine, I guess, that I kind of follow, but sometimes it doesn't always go that way. Sometimes I'll just have a melody in my head when I'm in the shower or something.
I love it. You're just in the shower. Ah, that's the one. It just comes to you. It's brilliant. That's so cool. Um, because I mean, for me, it's like I got into writing a little later and on in life. And I I was like, I've always been afraid of writing for some reason, and then I think too, because I feel like it's super vulnerable. You're just spilling your emotions and sharing it with the world. Like, here it is. Critique it, tell me what you think. And I'm like over there, like, oh my God, is it gonna be good? But I wonder where that comes from, honestly. Um, that fear of like what others think of you.
Yeah. Well, like I just like I don't know. I feel like if this interview was like happened a year ago, I would be my answers would be very different too. Because I just like something has just snapped. Where like
Mm.
all that fear. I think it's just kind of like, okay, it's time now. Like let's get it, you know? Um, but yeah, no, growing up I had lots of people not like what I was making and it wasn't good. Like I just grew up like wasn't bullied or anything like that,
Yeah.
but I was definitely made fun of a lot for my music and it
Oh,
affected me when I was younger. And I think that has helped me in the long run because it's not like I'm just doing it starting now
right.
and then you get that hate. Like when I get hate, I'm actually kind of like, yes, because it's like I'm reaching more people.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like fueling you. You're like, oh yes, give me more of that energy. That's good because it's like that means I'm doing something right. If because they say, if you don't have haters, right? Or if it's everyone likes you, it's like, come
kind
on,
of
you know.
soft. But back to fear, like I still think even now I'm saying I'm like just something snapped, but like I'm still scared. Like it's very vulnerable to be creative, like
Mm,
audience. Um, but I think it's just like my like work ethic and just like where I want to be overcomes the fear.
I love that. Yeah, that's beautiful. Are you working on anything at the moment? Like, is there anything that you have coming down the pipeline?
So don't want to put anything set in stone because once the idea
Oh,
of like pressure, but a debut EP probably closer to like the end of this year, maybe beginning of next year at the latest. But
awesome.
that's definitely coming.
That's exciting. Woohoo. I'm so excited. What can you give us like like maybe not the title, but like just like kind of what it's about, sort of a little teaser.
Um, it's not fully finished as of now, but Seduce You was very much like the beginning of that. I was calling it
Mhm.
like era, where it's just like kind of diving more into like the darker sound, but also just a lot of emotion behind it, like the the lyrics and like sonically it's all going to kind of be in like the same world, but
Nice.
lyrically might talk about different things without giving too
Cool.
much away.
Ooh, that's exciting. Are you going to be shooting visuals as well for it?
Who knows?
Oh, that's going to
Yeah,
be cool. That's exciting. That's going to be cool.
that's the
Um,
goal.
huh?
That's the goal as well
Yeah.
with that.
For sure, for sure. Um, w- for those listeners out there, like, a little kid or a little girl or a little boy, anyone out there that hears this interview that wants to do music and wants to get into this world, what advice would you give them? But they're kind of afraid to do it.
Do it.
Mikey,
It's
just
definitely worth it, you know? No matter what people say, just like even if you get discouraged to do it, like my singing voice when I was 10 compared to now, it took a while, learning how to produce myself. It took a while.
wow.
But if you really want it, it will pay off. Um, I strongly believe that. So that'd be
I,
my advice.
I love that. Do you have a quote or anything like that that you that kind of or something, a reminder that someone has ever said to you that kind of sticks with you in hard times?
Mm, a quote. Um, oh, I don't know. That kind of put me on the spot.
Or it could just be something that someone said that kind of you know could be a clip or a family member, a friend, or something that
Uh,
kind of stays with you in times where you're not so sure or certain about yourself.
I think maybe not an exact quote, but just the fact of like, even though I know she already is, just continuing to make my mom proud because she knows how much I wanted to
Oh,
do this since I was a kid. So just like I remember things like that. Um, and then I'm like, okay, let's get back to it.
I
Snap
love
back.
that.
Yeah.
That's
So.
beautiful. All right. Shout out to mom. We like that. We love that. Definitely, definitely. Well, hey, I wish you all the best and I'm super excited to hear what the EP is going to the is it an album, right? Or
Be an EP.
EP. Nice.
And who knows
Very
after that?
cool. I'm excited for you. I mean, the sky's the limit. You're so young. The world is literally yours. So, hey, keep it going. That's exciting.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Of course. Of course. Also, where can people find you on social media to follow everything?
Alejandro Lema _ on Instagram and TikTok.
All
My
right.
like any streaming service, just Alejandro Lema.
Nice.
And yeah, I'm gonna try and be way more consistent than I have in the past couple years. Here. So yeah.
Awesome. Are you on TikTok? Are you doing like dances? Are you the I don't understand TikTok, honestly. I
I
really don't get it.
that's actually funny. I'll briefly explain that too. I started off just like on TikTok, just kind of being like doing like the whole like thirst traps, just like, you know. And then I that kind of actually was the path for me to start making music, where I
Mm,
was kind of like, oh, okay, there's a lot of people like here, for me to try something. And then the first song I like promoted took off, and I was like, okay, let's do this.
yeah.
Like, really get this, because as I said, I've been making music for like nearly, what would it be, like 7 years prior to that moment,
Nice.
just in my room, and yeah, so.
Wow. All right. That's awesome. Hey, TikTok's great. I just never got it. I was like, I will never get on TikTok to dance. I'm not gonna do the I mean, I'm terrible. So, but I leave it to you guys to do it. Hey, it's great. You look amazing. So have at it. Well, thank you so much for coming on. It was a pleasure and it was lovely talking to you.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
of course. And thank you all for listening. And always remember to live, love, laugh. We'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.